Hey, hello there, and we are live. See, ladies and gentlemen, I know there are Premier League matches currently being played right now. Brighton at home to Chelsea Football Club, and Man United versus Newcastle have just started. But
Hmm.
me and Hurricane Gunner, we're not happy, man. We're angry.
We don't care about those
So we
clubs.
don't care we don't care what's going on out there, man. We want to vent, we want to talk. See ya, guys, with me, Oregon Gunner, episode 32 of this great show this season, man. Oregon Gunner, talk to these people, man. How you doing?
I'm still pretty upset about yesterday, but I think I'm recovering over the last 24 hours. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm glad we got together. I know it's been a week or a little over a week since we've talked class, and you've been busy with stuff. I've been busy with stuff. So yeah, I'm really want to
Yeah,
hear
with
your
lots
thoughts.
of
To be
stuff.
honest, I want to hear what
Hmm.
you have to say because I know that you're going to dive deep in the rabbit hole, and there's a lots to talk about because we are not ready to win this league yet, Tony. We look ready. We feel we deserve to win it, right? I feel as a fan base, somewhere in the back of our minds and in our hearts, that we feel like we deserve to win the league. And no team ever deserves to win the league unless you perform and get the points when the points are needed, which is just about now. You got to be pretty much perfect. So, and I also wanted, your thoughts as well. I'll talk about mine about we keep rehashing about the Invincibles. It's 21 years ago. A whole
Hmm.
generation of children have been born that
Hmm.
are adults now, right? That haven't seen the glory of Arsenal, but maybe a few FA Cups when they were a teenager. However, we have to stop living in this invincibles bubble, this invincible world. It's time. It's time to drop the invincibles because in the modern era of football, let's be real, London is blue. And there's no if and way or buts around that point since 2010. And even before, let's be real, Abramovich, Drogba, Mourinho, they turned that city blue. And I'm tired of hanging on to the coattails of, ooh, we're the Invincibles. Who gives a crap anymore, Tony? We have 3 or 4 FA Cups in 20 years and two Community Shields, I believe. Who cares? Who cares? I'm like, it was beautiful. Shit. So yeah, there goes the camera. But anyway, that I'm banging on my desk. So that's how upset I am about it, right? I'm tired of the invincible talk, man. It's time to
Hmm.
recalibrate. You know, stop talking about the past so much and let Dow fix his camera.
Let Dow fix his camera. See
Yeah,
ya,
it's very practical
Dow.
and whatnot. So those are the things I want to dive into. Hopefully, we can get into more shows after the season and get into why we wear this cloak of invincibility when we were invincible 21
Hmm.
years ago, but we have no armor now.
Yeah.
So
See, Oregon Gunner, I'm so happy you're back on the show, yeah, and we're doing this week. But this week has been one of see, yeah, the pain has already left already for me. I
right,
I knew that Arsenal threw away this title when we went to City. To be very sincere with you, when we went to City, mind you, I've been saying this. And when I
mhm,
said it, some of our friends, some of our brothers, they said, "No, there's still time. There's still time. They're still gonna drop point."
you're
But
right. We
to be
had
very
beat them.
sincere, after that City game, I knew that deep inside, I knew that
Hmm.
we've lost this title, and that's why I was having a meltdown on my own channel here. But
Right,
Allah said something different. Marty said something different. That there could still be a window of opportunity, but
right,
I've already
see,
lost it already at that point. Because
right.
see, yeah, Oregon Gunner, this manager goes to the Etihad. Yeah, you go to
Mm,
the Etihad against City, who you're going head to head with them for the title,
right.
and then you completely go there and drop the ball. You have the best attack in this league. Those guys have scored 89 goals this season.
Yeah, yeah.
89, make that make sense.
Unreal. I can't.
Oh,
Oil money, 115 financial irregularities. Make it make sense.
Oregon Gunner. We've conceded lesser goals. It's historic.
Mm,
That season, we were conceding about 40 something goals, nearly about 43 goals. This season, we've just conceded about 28 goals. Let that sink in.
right.
Best.
in scoring goals, best in terms of not conceding goals. And yet, what do we have to show for it? Nothing. And then we go down to City, and then we don't even play at all. We abandon our attacking football. We abandon everything. We've learned over time. Look, we went to Old Trafford. What did we go to do? We have a bigger hoodoo down there in Manchester United at
Correct.
Old Trafford than at City, to be very sincere with you. But we went down there and we won that game. We went to our Hart Lane and beat our biggest noisy neighbors in London. Yeah? Why
Mhm.
couldn't we go down there to the Etihad and do the same thing? Instead,
We're
we
scared.
decided to go and defend for our
Right.
lives. For what?
Right.
And then this manager in a home game against Aston Villa, you dropped the ball, allowed Aston Villa to actually run us ragged and defeat us at home. That
Right.
was a game we should have won. And right now,
That was the one.
we allow sports fans mock us. The Oregon Gunner, you need to see the way these
Disgusting.
guys mocked us yesterday, laughed
Yeah.
at us, disgustingly made a public show of the Arsenal. AFTV went down there to support
Oh,
Spurs to win. Shameful.
that's
It was
shameless.
disgraceful.
I
My
don't
brother,
even want
man.
to put those. I'm not going to put AFTV anymore
My
in
brother,
my
man.
vocabulary. They are
It's pain.
traitors to the Arsenal YouTube community, and you can clip me for
It's
saying that.
pain.
They're traitors. It's
It's
traitorous, treasonous, traitors,
Oregon
treasonous,
Gunner.
man.
It's
It's
pain.
stupid.
It's
Yeah, it's a
pain.
split. It's
It's
a
pain.
split fan base.
All
One
over
fan
again.
base has standards. The other ones have what commercial and public image bullshit. And we're the real ones, Tony. Always remember that. We're the ones that are still standing for something. Everyone in the chat or who are watching, you're the ones who are standing for something. If you're a true Arsenal fan, you would never consider putting on a Spurs scarf. You know,
Oh my
you
days.
you would never put social media posts out there of yourself, in a Spurs shirt. Or how dare you put
Oh
Starboy
my
in a
days.
Spurs shirt? Hale End, come
Oh
on.
my days.
I mean, that's completely disrespectful to
The
Saka, and it's completely
disgracefulness.
disrespectful to our legends as well as Henri, George Graham, Dennis Bergkamp, Alexis Sanchez, who I consider a legend in some cases, Tony Adams. How disrespectful for those who fought and bled and have won real titles against the rivals since 1886. And these punk kids have nerves of social media to put Spurs scarves on Wenger and put that on social media, Tony. A picture of Wenger standing there on the sideline with the fucking Spurs scarf on.
It's shocking, man.
Like, it's
Absolutely shocking.
disrespectful. It's completely disrespectful. And, but it
Oregon
bleeds
Gunner.
more into, like,
Let's talk about the yeah,
I was
yeah.
just going to say, it bleeds more
Finish
to
up. Finish up, sorry.
about this narrative that we're continually on about being the Invincibles. It was 21 years ago, right? 21 years ago. I'm tired of hearing that, using that as a counter reaction to what's going on right now. We're always falling
Yeah.
back. Oh, our
Yeah.
trophy's gold. Nobody gives a shit anymore. Chelsea are 2 trophies away from being the third winningest club in English history. That means we will be in 4th place. So no longer will we have another wall to hide behind. I'm tired of hiding behind the invincible fucking stuff. It's 21 years. It's done. It's a new era, and we are not winning with this manager in the new era. It's going to take an old era
Uh,
manager to use old era tactics or whatever you want to call it for us to win today, because this manager
yeah.
doesn't cut it. The draw at City, the loss on our own turf against Villa, that's fireable offense, bro. After 5 seasons. And I just want to break down this barrier of the Invincibles because it's so like irrelevant and overused now. That's all we have to stand on anymore. Chelsea have won European Cups. We don't. We haven't. Go ahead.
Oregon gonna it's a tale. A shout out to Anthony Herbert here today in the clock end Arsenal FC. Big ups to you. He says Tony and big ups Malia, someone who I gravely love is down here. Big up to you, Malia. Malia is a big support system to this channel. Big up to Malia. It has been a tale of woes for the Arsenal. Yeah, a tale of woes. Last season, went head to head with City, bottled it. This season again, we've bottled it yet again. See, Oregon, we cannot deny that we had the chance, that we were in the driving seat to win this title this season. To be very sincere with you, we bottled it this season. I don't care how anyone dresses it. We bought Oregon, we have to agree we bottled it. We had the chance against Aston Villa. We bottled this league again. Yet again. I'm sick and tired. Yeah. Sick and tired of seeing what's going on with this football club. Oregon, we will go into that discussion later on. But let's talk about our first topic, the Spurs disgrace yesterday. Spurs lost yesterday. I saw their fans doing the Poznian chant and everything. Right. Yesterday they were so freaking happy that they lost.
Unbelievable.
In some quarters, I heard that they even told their fans not to show up to the stadium, but they did show up to the stadium anyway. When City scored those goals, they laughed, they cheered, they were so happy. What's your own take on that? Did you look at it like, disgraceful? Or did you look at it like, hey, we're rivals, they're right to do that? Now, take it away.
No, they have every right to do what they want, Tony. But how can you cheer your team losing? What mentality is that? Like, I don't, to keep us from winning, there's no, if City, if they would have drew yesterday, if Sun could finish, and they would have drew 1-1, they would have felt really dumb. I saw them doing the Paisan, and I just was, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It's like, for all you Spurs fans that did that, you might as well go up north and throw a blue kit on and call yourself a citizen, because
this guy's a joke.
Yeah, Jez said earlier, if you're an Arsenal fan doing any of that stuff on Gillespie Road, you'd get your head kicked in. Let's be serious about this stuff. I mean, football is a tribal thing. It always has been. It always will be. And so when you cross lines, you're putting your own, your own values and faith and whatever else you have in that club into the trash can. Putting on a Spurs scarf, bro. I mean, it's just. It's crazy, but those Spurs fans, they can do what they want, bro. It's their club, it's their mentality. They're still finishing fifth again. I don't. Ange Ball's been completely found out. They have an owner / dictator that absolutely hates the club inside, but acts like he loves it. And Daniel Levy, tries to put a good face forward, but deep inside, he probably wants nothing to do with these scumbags. And then to kind of tell us, like we're the bottlers and we're this and we're that and we're the frauds, right? I'm sick of hearing that word too, because the only fraudulent thing.
But Oregon we deserve it. We bottled the league this season. If Tottenham fans say that we bottlers, yes, we're bottlers. We bottled it this season again.
But that's ourselves. Hey, Arsenal fans did do that, but I'm not going to listen to Spurs fans. I'm not going to listen to Spurs fans, Tony. No, I agree. From our own camp, yes, we can say that as Arsenal fans. We can look each other in the eye and say, we balled it, yes. But I'm not taking that shit from Spurs fans who coddled the Man City and got their, Holland all over, I'm not playing that shit when you're doing the Paisan while your team's getting murdered out there. And let's be honest, City never even got out of second gear. They never got out of second gear. That could have been a 4 or 5-0 drubbing. but they're just easing back because they knew they were going to beat them anyway because they're shit. And there's nothing for me to go on anymore about how shit they are because Arsenal fans, Lee Gunner said it, you've said it, Jez, Maddie, all the top, I don't say top gurus, but all the real YouTubers, the Rat Army folks, we know what the deal is, bro. So they have nothing to say to us about bottling anything when you're going to let in essentially you want to be rivals with City because a lot of it, Tony. Let's be real. They focus when they look at their season, they go with the plan in their head is, oh, City can't score at our ground, but we can probably score at their ground because that's been the history of the last 4 or 5 seasons. Is Tottenham's been City's kind of bogey team, right? Well, sure, that hasn't happened now. That sure hasn't happened now. So if Man City's not your bogey team anymore, then who is? Because that's the thing. Their level is no much bigger than Crystal Palace, Everton, Wolves, etc. Those mid-table teams is where Tottenham belong. Because even less, because the mentality that they showed yesterday is disgraceful. Angie was like, Angie just after a post conference was like, it would be really nice to have a crowd there, cheering on the lads to actually get a win and possibly get that 4th spot on the last day. But no, they decided to be a bunch of bitches and roll over for City. And I'm talking about the fan base. The players, I think there were some players in there. Romero went like this when they scored. Son could have taken down the outside of the foot and put it right around Ederson. So I don't want to get too far into the conspiracy.
The way Son even lost, the way Son even threw away that goal,
yeah.
The way Son threw away that goal, it hurt me, man. That was disgraceful, man. Come on, man. That was disgraceful.
And I don't want to hear them say anything to us. They have nothing to say to us, bro. Nothing.
Shocking football yesterday.
Yeah. It was
shocking football. And again,
all the way around, really.
This disgraceful football club called Tottenham Hotspurs, this disgraceful football club called Tottenham Hotspurs, they actually have a chance to go head to head with Aston Villa at the tail end this weekend. If they did beat Man City, they had the chance of going to the Champions League. But this fraud of a football club,
right?
They prefer to deny Arsenal a title. Yeah, they prefer to deny Arsenal a title and not go to the Champions League. No ambition, nothing. The way they rolled over, because bro, the way they played that first half, I just believe that if they continued in that same energy and in that same vein, they would have. They would have at least won City, at least put a goal in. But these guys, the way they rolled over, probably they had a meeting, in the second half. Hey, throw the game away. We don't want Arsenal to win a trophy,
Maybe.
And come on, man. Yeah, these things are possible,
Hawkins says like Son scores that. Son will score that goal against Arsenal. I'm sorry, the 86th minute or some shit like that, and he was clear through. Diaz was way behind him. He could have just taken down the outside of his right and put that right around Ederson. And we've seen him do it dozens of times, but all of a sudden it doesn't help. And again, I don't want to dive into conspiracy, but I mean it was a big occasion for both teams because it solidified City with the 2-point lead. They're obviously going to destroy West Ham on Sunday. So let's not even think that West Ham's going to. They might put up a fight.
No. That's our next topic. That's our next topic.
Let's get into it.
Let's see, Dahlia. Let's leave this disgraceful football club called Tottenham Hotspurs. Sure. By the way, it's good they're not going to the Champions League, so they're back to where they belong, to the Europa League. So let them go there and play their football next season. Good riddance to bad rubbish. Manchester City, our next topic. Manchester City closing on title. We have to give it to City. That game was a tough game for them, at least the first half. They managed to get it done. The striker put in a goal when they did need those goals, scored a penalty. Erling Haaland, and they did the job. Argun Gunnar, man. is it that this City team, yeah, like I, I really want to know, is it that we, we Arsenal fans that see through the facade this football club is
Mhm.
putting us through, yeah? Is it that this Manchester City team is just a super team? Like, I've seen Liverpool go head to head with this team and they've only won the title once. Now they've
Right.
gone with Arsenal head to head in 2 seasons now, and they've cleared this title already. Is it that this city is it just that they're just too superior? Because if we say they're too superior, if we give that argument, but Arsenal had the chance of winning this title. If we won
Right.
that game
Right.
against Aston Villa, this is a whole different topic altogether. So, is it that they're just too good? Because it's not just Arsenal that have gone for it. Liverpool have gone for it, and Liverpool have only won it once. Is it that this team is just too super? They're insurmountable. They can be beaten to the title. They're just too good. What do you think?
I think there's yes, a large portion of that is they have two players in every position that the quality from the first team to the bench, there's barely any drop off. That's the key. Is we don't use our bench players, right? We don't use El Neni, Emerald Smith Rowe. They use their bench players when they need to, not only when there's, of course, injuries, but he will rotate the squad in a way that won't put a striker at left mid. Like you will never see Holland at left mid. That's the difference, right? Havertz, he didn't know where to play him. We spent 65 mil again on a player that I'll say had a very decent run since 2024. There's no denying that he's been one of our better players since 2024. And we all, didn't want to give him some time, but I'm not going to diverge in the Havertz, right? So the thing is that yes, they're just talent wise better. They're coached better, obviously. They have the financial support and backing, just up and down through the hierarchy of the club, of the organization. They also, the ownership, they own Girona, so Girona Football Club. So we're probably going to see the likes of Salvio coming into the league this season. Maybe some players from
Oh
there
my days.
have a strong position, I believe, in the Dutch club. I can't think of the name off the top of my head. And of course, they have New York FC, which they're constantly recruiting. They just recruited a 15-year-old kid named Kevin Sullivan. I think he's 15 or 16 from America, um, who's coming through, I guess, NYFC and will be a American Man City player in a season or two when he's, I think, 18. And this kid is absolutely a freaking baller. Shout out Kevin Sullivan. He should have joined Arsenal. Anyway, they have deep pockets, bro. They got oil money. But the thing is that, like Malia's saying, they're kind of a plastic club because in the older era, they were in Division Two. I mean, they're newcomers essentially in some ways, you could say, to the Premier League because they haven't been in it constantly since '93. And so you kind of think about the
Yeah.
family. Well, how I've for example, there was a guy I used to work with at a firm about 4 or 5 years ago, and he's like, "Oh, you're in Arsenal.
Yeah.
Oh, my son, who's 11, is a Man City fan." I'm like, "Okay, like, like,
Okay. Yeah, it's true.
does, does
It's
he
true.
know like
Who wouldn't want to be involved with winners? Who wouldn't want to be involved with winners? They're
right,
winners. They're
right?
winners.
It's such an
They
easy
are
way out.
winners. And again, yeah,
Right,
talking Oregon Gunner, talking about winning mentality, yeah. Did you see Ortega make that change and coming for Edison? That's a top class goalkeeper
mhm,
coming in for another top class
yeah,
goalkeeper. Did you see
right,
that? Because we're
yeah,
Arsenal fans, we act blind sometimes. Did you see that? Yeah, a world class goalkeeper coming in for another world class goalkeeper. How
right.
about that? These guys
Because they
have
know how to.
players that could actually change and transform the game at any point in time. Jeremy Yoku came in for an injured Kevin De Bruyne, who, by the way, influenced that game yesterday against
Yeah,
Tottenham
oh yeah,
Hotspur. You saw how he just chipped in that ball. He just chipped it in for,
middle, their whole
oh
midfield.
my God, and squared Erling Haaland for that
Well,
goal. He came off.
not get out of second
Jeremy
gear in the
Doku
first
came
half.
in and started peppering started peppering that Tottenham Hotspur post, and eventually
Yeah,
got a penalty. Bro,
right,
this is how to win a title. Like they've
mm,
shown you the blueprint. This is how to win a title. It's how to win the
right.
title.
You got to
Have a
get the
good
right
bench,
players in
have
the
a
right.
decent bench.
Right. It's the three P's, Tony. It's the three P's: people, process, and product. Right. You need the people. You need the
Exactly.
process for the people, and the product is what you see out on the pitch every week in and week out. Right. The product is the football. So you have the right people doing the right things, which is the process, and you have the product, which is impeccable football. But see, the thing is about Pep is that he really built a team? I mean, you can kind of say he's built this City team over time, which is kind of true, but they were winning titles before him. Let's not forget Pellegrini and Mancini. I don't know if Pellegrini
Yeah,
won
sure,
one, but
sure. But he
I
came
know Mancini.
he came and made them better. But again,
Yeah,
Oregon
but
Guinness,
he's
he
oh,
came
but
in
again,
and he made them better.
for
He
sure, for
came
sure.
in
I
and he
will give
made
him
them
credit
better.
for
He
that all
came in
day.
and they won the Champions League. They've never
Right,
done that in their
that's true
history.
too. In a short time, right? And no, and also right. But there's also to be said that I feel like he's as a manager, he was blessed with having Lionel Messi in his prime. Essentially,
Mm,
he tried to do the thing at Bayern Munich, it just didn't work out. He goes again. Almost follows the Mourinho path of going to pre-built teams. But you're right. I
mm.
will give him credit for the 4 years he's been at City and basically won the title 4 years in a row, which has never been done in English history. So there is
Um,
credit for that. I mean, yeah. But again, when you can go and buy Holland, bro, and you can get him for 65 mil and work out that kind of
yeah.
deal, but pay the guy 450,000 a week, by all means, Arsenal should be doing that in some ways. I mean, should our let's start looking at lowering our transfer fees and maybe being more aggressive on the weekly checks. I don't know, and I truly don't
Mm.
think Arsenal really know. Vinay is going to leave. Edu, that's not his specialty. So I think there's going to be a void left.
Even Edu might leave.
Financially,
Even
somebody who
Edu might
knows what,
leave.
and Edu might leave as
I
well,
heard, I
right?
heard,
So
I heard that Edu might leave. I heard that Newcastle deal is so tantalizing. Like, of course, there's big money
gotcha. Well,
in
there you go.
Newcastle. So, I heard that the proposal from Newcastle is really a head turn for him. But
And
let's see
City,
what
and
happens, man.
we are a good squad. I don't want anyone to think that our first 11 isn't a top squad. It is, and we've proven that. But we have that same sort of mentality, that cloud that hangs over this club's head of just not getting things over the finish line. We crumble when the pressure
Yeah.
is extreme, and you just can't, right? I mean, but there's so many other clubs that like look at Palace, for instance. They know they're not going to win the league every season, so it's like, but they
Yeah.
go out there and they give it a try. And shout out to Palace for absolutely dismantling Man United a couple weeks ago. Maybe there's something there,
Mm.
and in fact, there is. I mean, we may be competing with Palace next season. As a top six contender for sure. If they can keep their players, which I doubt they'll keep Elise, but they'll probably get Eze in. They'll do a bit of recruiting, and they could be a top six club. They have the manager in place to do that. If you can beat United 4-0, bro, you can. There's no reason why you can't beat Chelsea, us, right? When's the last time we beat United
See,
4-0?
yeah. But see, Oregon Guinea, yeah. It's very nice that you brought this Olise into the conversation, yeah. Top clubs, very, very serious clubs right now will be looking at what's going on right now. Yeah. We're not winning the title. We had a problem with Bukayo Saka this season. He wasn't churning out goals. We know he has lots of potential to even do more than what he's doing right now. And he's not even playing at 100% right now.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't we go in right now and as the season is winding down and go talk about bringing in Olise right
Right.
now, and even before the summer goes
Oh,
off?
I
Why
agree.
can't we
I
go
agree.
and do it right now?
because
Close
we don't
deals
have
for
the
these guys
financial
right
people
now.
in place. We have the money, we have the
Why
power, we
can't we
don't
go
have
for
the people behind the scenes to make it happen, Tony. That's been the problem, right? For years, is that we know we have the money, we know we have the player interested. Olise would probably want to come here, still staying in London, finishing second. I mean, we're going to be in Champions League. But again, it's like, will Arteta coach the talent out of this kid? Let's say we do get Olise for 65, 70 mil. Is the talent going to be coached out of him, or is he going to just be a barn burner? I think he's going to be incredible.
Oregon,
If you
you know
looks
this
at this,
manager isn't leaving this football club. Oregon Gunner, you know this manager isn't leaving this football club. We will be
right?
absolute. See, I'm also talking to everyone in the chat. We will
Sure.
look like absolute donuts and zombies at the end of the season if we do think that this manager is gonna leave this football club. Let's don't act as if the Kronkers. You see, even to a greater extent, yeah. I want to even see. You know what? Yeah, why don't we even go for the head of the snake right now? How about the
Right. Well,
Kronkers? Let's have a
because the
conversation
Cronkies have
about that
given, but the
because
Cronkies have given everything
everyone is
Arteta
talking
wants,
about Mikel Arteta.
and
Everyone is talking
they've
about
given
Mikel
everything he
Arteta.
wants, Tony.
Let's throw that
He
away.
wanted Havertz
Let's throw
65
that
mil. We
away.
got him.
Right now, I don't even really think Mikel Arteta is even the cancer in this football club. To be very sincere with you, I don't even really think he's the biggest cancer. I think the biggest cancer is the owners of this football club. Let's be very frank with it. At the end of the day, it was this owners in the first place that decided to give this ill-experienced manager a chance to come into this football club and practice
Yeah,
with this
yeah.
historic football club. Let's be very frank. Let's be very
Well,
frank.
right. The frank
In the
part of
grand
this is
scheme
that
of things, it isn't Mikel
Arteta's
Arteta.
greatest
The
way to do the
big
job.
culprits in this thing is the Kronkers. They did give him this job. They looked at Mikel
I,
Arteta and gave him the keys to this historic football club. So if we're
I agree with
blaming anyone,
Marshall on that.
let's go for the head of the snake. It's the
I,
head of the
I,
snake what to go for. Because, bro, another season again, another heartbreak for the fans again.
Another season to be was.
Nearly again. It's another story. It's a reoccurring story. We have a big team, we have a good team, but yeah, we can't win the trophy. Everything. See, yeah, everything looks drab right now, man, and
Yep.
I'm angry. I'm pissed
Oh,
off,
me too.
totally
Me too.
pissed off. Mostly with what Tottenham did to us publicly yesterday, the way they were
Mm.
mocking us, laughing at us, and it's just painful, man. It, it's
Well,
hurtful to see Arsenal in this position yet again, Oregon Gunner. I don't know about you, but it's painful, man. And I think in the grand scheme of things, we need to be talking to the Cronkids. What are they doing? What are they doing? Yet again, no title this season. Look at Manchester United. Throw every other argument away. United have been to two finals this season. How about that,
yep.
Oregon Gunner? They've been to the
Yeah.
Carling Cup. Bro, they will be in another cup title, brother, against Manchester City. Two,
Yeah.
and Arsenal that
Yeah.
even have a more better team throw away those titles. How about that,
Yeah.
Oregon
Oh,
Gunner?
I know. It's so that's the maddening part. Is like, the question says, well, does Man United have a better season? Because let's say they do beat City, or they're at least in the final. Yes, if you win a trophy, no matter what, you have a better season than the clubs that don't. It's because it's written in stone. And like Malia said earlier in the chat, there's the about the invincible stuff. I'll touch on briefly. That was just a blip moment in time. Yeah, it's written in history, but we got to move
Yeah.
on. And I still think that's kind of a main point of this fan base now is kind of really internally look at itself, and we need to stop talking about being the invincibles because we've been nothing but. We haven't been anything but invincible in the since then. So it's I'm at a loss anymore, Tony, as to what even like down to what players to bring in, because I think of Olise, yeah, good player, and then I see Bargav who says, At least he's not good enough for Arsenal. He's Champions League, and I agree with that as well. And Assemble, our guy Assemble says, at least they will
Yeah,
turn into another
I agree
Pepe.
too.
Well,
Rafael Lau.
that could happen
Rafael
too. I
Lau.
mean,
How about Rafael Lau? Go to AC Milan right
right,
now. Rafael Lau. Bring that kid in.
I didn't sign the
Sign
team.
him up. How about
Yeah,
Leroy Sané? Go and test the
visible, right? He
resolve
was.
of Bayern Munich. Go throw in a cheeky 40 million, 30 million bid. They got him for cheap from Man City. Go throw
Yeah,
in a cheeky bid of 35 million pounds for Leroy Sané and bring competition down, down our wing
right, right,
areas.
right.
Martinelli has been dropped this season from 15 goals last season to I think
7,
6 this season.
6 or
Disgraceful
7, yeah.
performance. When every
Yeah,
other
it's bad,
player
man.
is improving right before our eyes, Martinelli has gone down the pecking order in this football team. Come on,
Mm,
man. These things are painful. It's painful to see. It's painful to watch. Yeah, it's painful
right.
to see. It's painful to watch. Oregon Gunner, if Arsenal would have won maybe the FA Cup this season, yeah, and maybe just maybe the Carling Cup, I would have said, okay, let's give this manager a chance and see. But no, no more chances, man. Bro,
Mhm.
it has to be over. If this
Yeah,
manager have any kind of, if he has any kind of shame, last season, yeah, he nearly quit. It, I would tell him to walk away.
yeah,
If he had any kind of ambition, I'll tell him to
right.
walk away. Take that Barcelona job. And I
Yeah.
don't hate Arteta. I don't hate the guy. I like the guy, in fact. But he's ill experienced for this job. To be very sincere with you, another manager
Oh,
would
he's been
get us
experienced with
over
the
the line.
Barcelona job too. The
Goodness.
Barcelona job's going to be just as difficult, if not more volatile, to be honest, right? Barca want to win just as bad as we
But
do.
it has the Barcelona DNA in it. It has the
He
Barcelona
does.
DNA.
Yes.
Let him go
Him,
there,
Pep, and
right?
Jackie, the best
Let
of
him go.
friends.
Let him go there. But we know, you see, yeah, Oregon Gunner, we know that this guy isn't going anywhere. We know he isn't going anywhere.
Right. No, no.
We
He
know that
snaked
the
his way
owners of this football club,
to stay.
but again, we do know that it's the Kronkers that are the biggest problems. They want him down there. Come on, man. In the grand scheme of things, they're okay with Champions League
Well,
football, isn't it?
they're the problem. Yeah, I see where you're coming from. Like they're if you really want to burn it all down, you chop the head off of the steak, right? You tell the Cronkies to sell, but you have to make them sell. That's the thing. We went through this 3 years ago with Daniel Elk, the CEO of Spotify, offering, I don't know, $1.5 billion for the club, and they turned it down. So Arsenal is just another club in their portfolio of sports franchises they own. They own the Avalanche, the Nuggets, the LA Rams football, NFL team, all that. So Arsenal's just really another cog in their wheel of sports brands that they own, which is
Mm.
unfortunate, but that's just the way we are. The Cronkies, to me, have given Arteta everything he's wanted. They've given him $750 million, bro. I mean, I don't know
Bro,
about you,
that's
buddy,
big
but if I
money.
had that
Watch
many
out to
people,
talk
I
about that.
could, right? I mean, that's a shit ton of money, and people say, "Oh, that's so much money to spend," but it's like it doesn't matter because it's the club's money. If the Cronkies have it to spend, we have it to spend. But it's who we're buying with that money. While City buys
Mm,
Jack Grealish,
mm.
we're buying Fabio Vieira. While City's buying, Jeremy Doku, we can't even get Pedro Neto. That's the problem, is
See,
we have no one who could
Oregon,
fucking make a deal, it seems like. And then we get a
see,
surprise visit from Kai Havertz. It's
Oregon,
shocking.
Oregon, you've just told us our problems. You have just told us. See,
Yeah.
just to pose what you've just said to City yesterday. Yeah, when we have Fabio Vieira coming from the bench, they have Doku coming from the bench. When we have Emmy Smith Rowe, yeah, who doesn't even have even a chance to even coming from the bench,
Mhm.
they have Ortega coming in to replace Edison, like for like. See, this is what I'm talking about. Like for like
Yeah.
replacement. No one will argue with you that Ortega
Mhm.
isn't almost the same or even better. To be sincere with you, I even think that Ortega is even more better than Edison. because he's a more level-headed kind of goalkeeper. He's a level-headed guy. In fact, how about us even throwing a cheeky bid for Ortega last season? How about that? Yeah,
Yeah,
when City could actually
it's
still
good.
give us their players. Yeah, he's good. I like him. He's world class. He's a
Yeah, I
world
would
class
take him right
goalkeeper.
now. Yeah,
You know,
but David Raya
exactly,
wasn't
man.
golden
Check
goals.
all these opposites.
Right.
So it's shocking. So at the end of the day, we know this manager isn't going. Shout out to E Ross. E Ross gives us $2. Big up to you, E Ross. Thanks, man. You know, E Ross is a very, very, very big member of this channel, man. Thank you, E Ross. And it says something. The Invincibles, more like second place is first loser. But again,
Yep.
yeah, Oregon Guinea, yeah. Let's go back. Let's go back. This this past week, all I've been hearing has been Arsenal um have a record and historic win in the league, historic wins in the league,
Right.
28 wins in the league. No one has done that in terms of Arsenal hasn't done that before, and then, bro, it is every single thing apart from winning the big one. Every
Right.
historical game, yeah, apart from winning the big one. That's what we're celebrating all through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yeah.
celebrating all through. And I really think that it is harming our football club because the standards are being lowered, to be very sincere with you. So right now, we're now celebrating Arsenal getting 28 wins rather than seeing our football club lift a trophy, rather than seeing
Right.
Arsenal winning the FA Cup, rather than seeing Arsenal winning the Carling Cup. A big
Right.
example of the caricature going on with our football club. It's just like yesterday. It's a
Yeah.
picture square problem we're facing right now.
Right. Right. It's it's bigging up these little accomplishments. Like 28 games, wow, big whoop. Is that going to go down in the history books? And who in 3 years is going to give a flying shit about that we had 28 wins in a 38 game season? Nobody. But everybody would remember the year we would win a league or a cup. That's the thing. It's like it's all measured by results, bro. And when the results don't come, the fan base gets upset and it gets split like it is. The fan base is more split now than I've ever seen it. Even the 3 years that I've been kind of in this YouTube community, this is more split now than ever. I mean, you've got fans that are fans of the manager, and they claim they're fans of the club, but in reality, they're just fans of the manager because they don't know any different. They go from Wenger to Arteta, but the fact of the matter is that Arteta really should have gone to Everton. That and Ancelotti should have came to Arsenal. And I still want that move now, right? I want an older head manager, right? Someone who's been in the game for many, many decades, i.e., a Carlo Ancelotti, Allegri type. They don't necessarily have to be Italian, but that has a pedigree of winning things, Tony, and that can set a blueprint for the club to follow on how to win things, how to look for players who can play specific positions. Again, 65 million Kai Havertz. We had no idea where to play him. It was obvious that we tried to fit
Mm.
him in the Granit Xhaka role. That didn't obviously work because it was the weakest left side that we've had was Zinchenko, Havertz, and Martinelli that we've had in a long time. So then we moved him a striker, and we start to see some results. And I guess pat on the back for Arteta for figuring that out. But what does he do at Aston Villa? He puts Havertz at
Yeah.
left mid again, and we lose the fucking game. So that's where I get the up with Arteta because he wants to win his way. He will break things that aren't broken to try and win his way. So to say that he broke it. I broke it, but I fixed it because we won. Yay, I'm so cool. I got to tinker with the players. Oh, I'm so smart. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's a bad
Oregon Gunner,
methodology,
yeah.
and it doesn't build confidence in the players. And when you don't have confidence, you see what happened out there against Villa. You see what happened against City when we had opportunities to go in front. You see what happened at Fulham. And let's be honest. The Nottingham Forest 2-1 at the beginning of the season where we barely scraped by with an Eddie and Nketiah goal, that set the tone for the season. Was the Nottingham Forest 2-1 that we barely scraped by.
It made these teams wanna. It gave these teams belief that they could come at us and stifle us and stifle our kind of play.
We're
But
one of the most
again,
hated teams in the league.
Exactly. But again, let's look deeper into this Mikel Arteta team. Yeah, let's be very frank. This manager has improved this team. See, I'll be the biggest liar if I say that this Arsenal team hasn't improved. I'll be the biggest liar. The team has improved. But again, Oregon, yeah, it's in that same improvement that we see. That's where the truth lies. It's an improvement. It isn't perfection. It isn't winning a trophy. It's in that same improvement. Yeah, exactly. It's not perfection. And again, see, everyone who improves you doesn't mean that that's the same kind of person that will take you to the finish line.
Right.
Come on, man. We've seen lots of people start races. Yeah, exactly. We've seen people start races, but they don't end those races. How about Mikel Arteta is in that picture? How about this is how far he could actually take us to? How about that?
Yes.
This is how far he could take us to.
I'm for it because let's look at the blueprint that Chelsea set since 2007. Is when the results aren't going our way, we fire the manager. They brought in Scolari. Trophy. Didn't go Scolari's way the next season. Oh, well, bring in Ancelotti. Yep, trophy. So Ancelotti didn't work out, or he got, decided he wanted to take out. So who we get? I don't know who they got. I don't know, Thomas Tuchel. I mean, I know I'm missing 3 or 4 managers in there. But the fact of the matter is, does the every 2 or 3 year manager model work? Because let's be honest, the 22 years of Wenger was here was an outlier, right? Because he had complete control of the club from fucking top to bottom. No other manager has control like that right now, right? So if we're running off the old model of the Wenger model, so to speak, then we're completely missing the point, and we're missing the baseline idea that managers can get a tune out of these players. I believe a top manager can get a tune out of these players. Now, they're playing well for Arteta. There's no denying that. There's some games where we've seen, tantalizing football, right? The first run of games in 2024, 34 goals, 4 conceded. You're right, Tony. You cannot sit here and tell me that there hasn't been improvement. From 5th to 2nd for 2 years in a row does show improvement. But like we keep saying as the Rat Army, is that we need trophies to prove ourselves as a legitimate club in this current era. It's this current era I'm more concerned about. And again, it goes back to the BS of keep hyping up the Invincibles. Nobody gives a shit. Yay, you win Invincible, yay. Man City lost 2 games this season. So there are 2 losses off being invincible, right? I mean, what are we really counting here? And we're talking about a squad that was once in a lifetime for Arsenal Football Club. Thierry comes back, scores a goal against, I think it was Sunderland, or Leeds. I think it was Leeds. Great, great things, whatever. Yeah, Eros 20 years ago. I mean, the current era is gone. We're talking kids who've been bored. Those kids who've been bored are driving cars and starting fucking Bitcoin companies now. I mean,
I'm telling you, bro.
The cell phone technology, the evolution from 2004 to 2024. We're the fucking Jetsons now, bro. I mean, and we're not in that conversation. We are because we put ourselves there, because we are a large club with a large fan base, a rabid fan base, but a split one at this moment in time. I mean, Mark Zuckerberg was fucking, he was like 5 years old when Arsenal. I mean,
it's painful, dog.
Ridiculous
it's
to think about, right?
Man.
And as Portland,
it's painful.
I don't know if you follow NBA basketball. Portland Trailblazers, we haven't, my NBA team, we haven't won a title, bro, since 1977. I was 3 when they won a title. And I'm a Blazer fan my whole life. The stadium's fucking a 10-minute drive from my house. So I know what it's like not to win shit. But,
Yeah.
this Arsenal stuff, we cannot just be sitting on this mountain of invincibles anymore, bro. It's time to just
Anymore.
let that
It's gone.
label go
It's
because it's not
gone.
who we are now. It's not who we've been.
It's gone.
It's not who we've
It's
been.
gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone.
Let's stop
And again,
this
Eros
preaching.
says something here, yeah, Oregon Gunner.
25 years
And I
assembled.
think this particular thing, yeah, it disrupted our season, to be very sincere with you.
Right.
Those games that we drew, you know, this was the problem. Shoehorned Havertz in midfield. That shit really pissed me off. Exactly, man.
Yeah, me
You
too.
know, putting Kai Havertz in the mid. Oh my days! Oh my days!
Yeah,
Jesus
but
Christ!
he went back to it in Villa, and
Kai Havertz in
we
midfield,
fucking lost.
wasting our time. Yeah. Exactly. See,
And he
this
does it
manager
again.
should
The one game I
also
knew
take
we had to win.
responsibility. This manager should take responsibility also for failing this season, man. Come on, man.
Yes.
He has to take responsibility, man. You know, putting Kai Havertz in the middle of the park when, bro, we all know this guy isn't a midfielder. It's not in his wheelhouse. Come on, man. Should he be doing this?
Right.
Look at the assembled. The assembled says this. It refers to you, Dal. It says, Dal, don't be fooled. Havertz is the center forward Arsenal are looking for. He disrupted the team to make sure he looks intelligent, putting Havertz at center forward, the position he played at Chelsea. Genius. What do you have to say to assembled, Dal?
Big up assembled every time. No, Havertz is our striker. He's going to be our striker next season. I would not be surprised one bit if we do not sign a striker this summer. It would not surprise me at all. And the center forward, yeah, I guess he does play sort of a false nine position at times. But yeah, I'm not going to be fooled by Havertz because Havertz hasn't won us anything. Until he wins us something,
Then
hey, I'll give him some praise. But he's had a purple.
You know, when I say some certain things, people don't like to take me serious because I'm a very direct person. I hate using buzzwords and all this stuff that all these YouTubers and bootlickers like to, use. Yeah, I'm a direct talker. What I already said this 3-4 streams ago, and I said that all this rigmarole Arsenal is doing looking for a striker, it's all lies. It's all lies. Kai Havertz, I said it here that Kai Havertz is the striker Arsenal to next season.
Yep.
I've said it. Every other thing you hear is all lies. It's all PR. That's what this club know how to do best. Bro, we're not you see all those strikers they're talking about? We're not going for any of them. Like I told you, there were rumors that Arsenal is looking at repaying Kai Havertz for his efforts this season by making him our sole center forward, and he's gonna be like a new signing. You've probably heard that before, that phrase before, like a new signing.
Yeah, for the last 25 years. Yeah. No. See, here's the thing. I swear to God, I will lose my mind if we sell Eddie Nketiah and they give Kai Havertz the number 14. I will lose, bro. I will have to just I'm just gonna have to follow my local team, Portland Timbers. Just fuck all European football. Start going to Sunday league games in the park down the street. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna happen, bro. They're gonna give for me. I know Martinelli hasn't done the best season, but Martinelli, he's striker material. He's direct. I know we want him to lift his head up, but that's in the winger role when he has to get around two defenders. He has to lift. We want him to lift his head up. He can be our striker. He's fast. He's mobile. He's got a great eye for goal. He hasn't had the best season. Put him in the number 9 position, Arteta. I dare Arteta to do that, but he's not. He's going to use Kai Havertz because Kai Havertz was his signing. Martinelli was not his signing. So I know there's been calls. Martinelli should go.
Don't be surprised Eddie Nketiah isn't going anywhere. Don't be surprised
Oh,
that
Eddie Nketiah's
isn't
going.
going anywhere. Because
He's going.
no,
I think he's
see,
going.
Dow, you saying it, but if you're a football club, are you ready to pay 20 million for a player who has only scored only about 4 or 5 goals in a season
If
and lacks match fitness? Are you gonna spend that money on a player? Who's gonna pay
um,
that money for
if
Eddie
I'm
Nketiah? Who?
um,
Ipswich?
there's several clubs. I think
Like I heard Ipswich is
one,
going. They even have
one.
ambition.
Yep,
They're going for
yep,
bigger strikers.
yep. I think Ipswich is one. I do think this summer he goes. Bro, he hasn't been used at all in the last run of games. And if he doesn't go, then right. Then Dow in the mud. And I know it's simple. We have been selling strikers and keeping Nketiah, but that's been also a long time. When he was like 17 years old, we went through Lacazette and Abba when he was still very young. And now he should be hitting his prime, right? I think he's 21, 22. He should be coming in his prime. I think the prime is really 26, but 21 years old, he should be making strides. And a hat trick against Sheffield United does not prove you as a top class striker. I'm sorry. He is just not good enough. He has to go. And, I think Arteta gambled on Nketiah, gave him the 14, gave him 100 grand a week, and thought, okay, we got the young striker that we've had, since his young days at Chelsea. He switched over to Arsenal, and maybe there was something there. And at the time, I was kind of like, well, no, probably not. But, let's give it a go because he's already got the shirt. He's got the money. All that we can hope for now is that he performs. And that never happened. I mean, it happened sporadically.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Chris Wood, like I said, has more goals than Eddie Nketiah. Havertz has more goals than Eddie Nketiah. So I think Gabriel probably does too. So with all with all that said, it's like he's gonna go, bro. He's gonna go. And he may only command 20 mil, but that's 20 mil that we didn't have before. That's 20 mil we can put to someone else. That's 20 mil. That's 10 mil more than he's worth. In my eyes, right?
Yeah.
But
The assembled is asking you, Dow, how long have you been supporting Arsenal?
25 years, since about 98, 99. Bergkamp. I really became an Arsenal fan because of Bergkamp and some of his heroics against Argentina in 98, I believe, was when I kind of Bergkamp was my guy. He was just incredible, still like an artist on the ball. Found out about Arsenal, and the rest is kind of history. And I used to have to watch replays on Fox Sports World because they didn't have Prem games in America. So I'd have to watch a lot of replays of games. And sometimes those replays were Arsenal, sometimes they weren't. But anyway, that's my story. So
big up to Luke James, who's down here. Big up to Luke James. Oregon Gunner, Manchester City face West Ham in the final match of the season. Do you see West Ham? Yeah, let's don't act as if Mikel Arteta wasn't David Moyes' golden child at Everton.
That's right. We
He
cannot
might
pretend that is
want to win this trophy for his golden boy from Everton to repay him. And also to kiss West Ham goodbye. Oregon Gunner. I know this is a lost, this is a lost plot. Yeah, but do you see West Ham doing anything?
No,
doing anything at the 80th on the last day of the season?
I see West Ham getting off the bus, saying hi to their fans, and getting back on the bus. It's if it was at West Ham's ground with maybe a rabid fan base, maybe the stars are aligned, maybe pigs will fly out of my ass, and then maybe West Ham will win. No, but what I'm expecting.
Oh my day!
What I'm expecting is a low block from David Moyes, and don't give them anything. There's a chance. There's a slight, very uneven chance. If they pack the box, bro. If they pack the box, and we win.
No, bro.
We win by 1 point.
Bro, right? I don't know, man. I don't know.
1 point.
I don't think packing the bus at the Etihad will help.
No, because City are 2 points above us, right? 2 points.
Yeah, they're 2 points above us. Yeah,
right,
exactly.
So right. So if they draw We'll draw, but we may beat them on goal. Bro, let's be real. They're bashing them 5-6-0. Let's not go into the
Nah,
theatrics of this bullshit.
they'll
I
pick
still
them
like
up.
Blue
They'll pick them
Christmas.
up. Yeah, they'll pick
Oh,
them up.
wait. Right. No, yeah. No, it's going to be a 5 or 6-0 drubbing, and Pep's going to lift the trophy, and Holland's
Yeah.
going to look like a fucking Viking Neanderthal that he is, and he's going to let his hair down, and yeah. No,
He's gonna
we
let
lost call.
get
I
down.
was
He's
double
gonna,
evil on the push. No, maybe West Ham. No. As much as Moyes is, a father figure to Arteta,
Oh,
there's no fucking way. Saying there's a chance. No, there's no
exactly.
fucking way
Luke
they're
James,
gonna
thank
beat.
you very much. Luke James, thank you very much. That game against West Ham at home.
Yeah, it was terrible.
See, come on, man.
That's what lost it too.
West Ham at home. You
That's
remember, right? Oh my days.
yes. Oh, that was dreadful day.
Oh,
I was
bro, we had
everybody.
bro, man. We had lots of criminal games this season. Yeah, a lot of criminal games this season.
Right.
West Ham at home, Fulham away. Oh my
Yeah,
god,
11
Aston
points drop
Villa
between
at
those two.
home.
Oh, and Newcastle.
That
Remember the
acrimonious
controversy at Newcastle
performance
with the
at the
ball?
Etihad.
Remember the show we did after the Newcastle game where the ball was like out of bounds and Jolinton curled it back in, and one of those,
man.
one of those
Oh.
next Tuesdays put in there. And
No.
but remember what we said. Remember what we said though. It's not. It's our fault because we had 17 shots on 17 shots with like 8 on target that day, and we couldn't score. So, as much as we blame the ref and we were upset, but that's football for you. But yeah, the West Ham thing was completely destructive, and I slightly disagreed with you, Tony. I think a couple of weeks ago, thinking that I think you were saying that we lost the title with the draw at City, and I halfway believe that. But I believe that we could have afforded that draw, but could not have drawn or lose. And of course, the Aston Villa fuck up, which I think was absolutely the nail in the coffin.
Oh my day.
But yeah, with those wins, if we would have won West Ham,
that was the nail in the coffin.
Through those games, we'd be 2 points, be even with them, and we'd have a whole different conversation, But yeah, if I see Havertz in a number 9 or 14 season,
the reason why I'm pitching my tent on that Man City game is that City were there for the taking. Did you see how many last gasp chances we had in that game against City? If we had a prolific striker, it would have been so easy. Tap, boom, score 2 goals and get out of the Etihad. It's as simple as that. We had defenders who defended with their lives that day. How about the strikers? Bro, it was so easy. There were lots of chances. They had only 2 shots on goal, of which one was a handball from Van Arke. Let's get that correctly.
Right. Yeah. Bro, we kept completely silent in both games. I know to say it was all in their hands there's some truth to that. But the thing is, we should have built a 5 and 8 point lead like we did last season, and then that we would have been able just to maintain. And then the City game would have mattered. Like Lee Gunner said, we would have won it at Old Trafford. So the City game would have mattered. This Everton game would have mattered. Oh, the Everton game doesn't matter because of City. Well, the only hope we have, bro, is goal differential now. So City has to draw at versus West Ham, and we have to beat Everton, and we have to
Oregon. We've lost it. There's no need. There's no need of us doing these permutations. Bro, we've lost it. Right now, let's start planning for next season. We know this manager isn't going to leave this football club. He's a very stubborn manager. But again, Oregon unit. This manager nearly left last season. Do you think this same season, at the end of this season, do you think this manager would look upon this season and say, you know what, I went head to head with City last season. I bottled it. I nearly resigned last season, but I just stayed on the job. Maybe because Josh Kronk told me to stay. Good. And I stayed. And this season again, I've thrown that title away. In fact, if last season was very bitter for him, this season, losing that title this season would even be more bitter, yeah, than last
I think
season.
last season was
Do you
worse
think
for me,
this
brother.
manager? Do you think this manager would have all decency to walk away from this job at the end of the season?
No.
At all? Like, forget
No.
the Kronkets. The Kronkets, the sellouts. They
Yeah.
want him here. They want the
Well,
ill-experienced manager here. They're,
right.
they're
They
snakes.
do.
Throw them away. But Mikel
Right.
Arteta came out on an interview unprovoked and said last season he considered leaving the football club
Right.
after he bottled
But,
it. After he
there's
bottled
two
it last
factors in
season.
that.
But this
There's two
season,
factors
come
in
on,
that,
man, this
Tony.
season is even
Right.
worse. The
I
way
see.
we've
That's.
lost this one is even
I'm
worse
sorry.
than
I got
last
to
season.
see. That's where I kind of got to disagree a little bit, and I'm only disagreeing in that because we weren't good at the start of the season. Tottenham were the top team at the end of October. Unfortunately, we see how that played out. Right, and then it was City, Liverpool for a while. Right, City was rarely in the conversation until December 6th, when they went on an unbeaten run.
Yeah.
Up till now in the Premier League, they lost one game, and that was to Real Madrid in penalties. It was City's to lose all along, even though they weren't. Holland was injured. Blah blah blah. Holland injured. Phil Foden. What does he do? Scores a hat trick. They have. That's why they're better, because they have players that step up. When we have injuries, we have Eddie Nketiah, Reece Nelson, and Emerald Smith Rowe, who I'm sorry are dead dusted at the club. There's no way they're playing for Arsenal Football Club again. Those three are going to be gone this summer for sure. I will sign that in blood.
That's if they do the business. That's if they do the business. I don't trust Arsenal to do good business.
I don't either. But with that being said,
I'm sorry, man. I don't trust us to do good business. But let's see. I want those players out.
Arteta doesn't
We need
walk
to ship
away,
at least
bro.
up to 11 players out.
Arteta's not going to. Oh yeah, at least 11 for sure. 10, 9, 10 for sure. But back to your
11.
question,
Come
Arteta's
on,
not going to walk away. He's not going to walk away because of the investment now that he has with Havertz, the investment that he has put in with Trossard. I think that he's going to look at his signings now.
You don't believe that this manager would walk away from this job? You don't believe it that? Because come on, man. I mean,
I don't think he would.
It's not like he's not a popular manager. He's a very popular manager. Barcelona won him. Real Madrid won him. All this big time football.
The Real Madrid hype, I think, was a rumor.
Do you think this manager won't just leave?
For the Barca job, the Real Madrid job, I believe at the time was just a phony rumor, because the rumor around the same time was Ancelotti was leaving to join the Brazil team, which he is going to do eventually. But he did end up staying, obviously, in another 2-year contract. So, no, I think I see where you're coming from, Tony, and I see what you're saying. I just believe that he's a little more invested now, because he has every signing that he's wanted up till now. And does he walk away to a Barcelona side who really needs rebuilding? I mean, we need rebuilding, but the Barca side is a whole nother thing. He won't have as much control as well. Remember, he snaked his way in this job because the Cronkies couldn't identify someone soon enough to replace Wenger. And he was like, hey, I'm here, and I know what's best. I played for the club. He snaked his way in the job. I do think him and Josh are close friends. And if it's going to take him
they're very, very close friends.
Yeah, I think it's going to take us
They're going
finishing
dinners. They eat together.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, their wives are friends, all that shit.
The brothers. And, the brothers in arms. They're close.
And so I that's what I think is going to stay. He's going to use that friendship relationship as leverage to stay in a job, but it's really the recruitment we need to look at, Tony. It's the same issues of getting players in that we think we can develop, but who cares, because we're chasing a trophy. Like I don't care about developing Raya and Kai Havertz. I don't care about developing Fabio Vieira. I want proven European winners, but I want top youngsters as well that will sign a 4 or 5 year contract like Saka and Martinelli, but they've got to be better. We always got to be better than what we've got. And to be honest, I mean, if it comes between Martinelli and Rafael Leao, I would have to bench Martinelli. But I don't know if I
Bro,
would
I
sell
have
him.
to
And that's
bench
the
Martinelli,
dilemma
man.
I have.
Bro,
I don't.
I see. Yeah, I'm even telling this Arsenal fans, how about selling Martinelli? See, yeah, I think we
I don't
Arsenal
know, man.
fans, yeah, we don't listen. We don't listen. We are too attached to players. Yeah, how about be attached to winners? How about that? Yeah, how about that? Be attached to winners, like Martinelli. Yeah, that come on, man. Last season, 15 goals. This season, 6. Really, really, is that what we're doing
Well,
now? Is that what we're
he's not
doing
getting.
now?
Oh,
Like,
who's the
see,
argument to
man,
say he's
why
not
don't you
getting the
go and
ball
bring
either?
us winners to this football club and let's
Right.
freaking compete? How about that? Let's
Yeah,
freaking
but there's
compete.
something to be
How
said.
about
He's
that?
not getting the ball either. Like he's not getting the ball like 30% less of the time than he did last season. I mean, that's a statistical fact. It's shown that all of our counterattacking play was going to the right side. And when we
Yeah.
started Trossard, he didn't do very well at Fulham. And you're right. Well, Tony could have gotten
Oregon
the job
gonna.
down for one more year, and Emery was their second choice. But Arteta has snaked his way into this job through Josh Kroenke.
Oregon
You know,
gonna.
I
We
peak,
face
man.
Everton in the last game of the season. What are your hopes for that game, man? Are you gonna watch it?
Oh yeah, I love
Like,
watching. Yeah.
to be very sincere with you, after the first goal went in yesterday against Tottenham Hotspurs, I turned that shit off after the first goal. I just immediately that goal went in, I knew it's over. I knew these guys would just turn over and bend over for City to just have their way, with
I
them,
had hope in
So I turned that shit off. Yeah, after the first goal. Yeah, and but again, are you gonna turn your TV off in that game against Everton? Is
no.
there a light at the end of the tunnel in any way? Do you
It's
still
gonna be.
believe in any way that the stars are aligned in any way?
No, no.
No.
No. If the stars were aligned, West Ham would beat City 1-0 on City's ground. If the stars were aligned, I would have $1 billion winning lottery ticket. Pigs fly out of
No,
my
my
rear end,
days.
and I can turn water into wine. And I will believe. But crazier things in football have happened. I mean, if West Ham draw and we win it on goal differential by 1 or 2, I believe. I mean, I don't know. No, let's be real serious. West Ham are done. They're getting a new manager, Lupi Otago or whatever his name is. We'll just call him Julian. I think it's Julian something. He used to coach Sevilla, Valencia, all those clubs in Spain. So he's coming in to replace David Moyes. So David Moyes has nothing to play for, but for the love of Arteta. So I don't think David Moyes really cares too much about Arteta, but he may care to see Declan Rice lift a trophy. So there's that. If they pack the box with 10 players, bro, who knows what can happen, right? If he packs that box with 10
Oh my God.
players, I know. But we've gone to City and gotten a
Oregon,
job.
Oregon, Gunner. Look at the excuse you just gave right now.
Agbana
He
is a
wants to
top
see
7
Declan Rice win the title.
Kurt
Oregon,
Zuma.
Gunner. You see, yeah, we
Zuma.
Arsenal fans here are excuses.
Go check.
Our excuses,
Kudos.
The
Kudos
ways
is
we,
gonna
the ways we want all these teams to do favors for us, this is ridiculous, bro. Even the one I've just heard is this one you just said. It wants Declan Rice to win a trophy. Oh my!
He wants Declan Rice to lift
Oh
the
my
trophy.
days!
That's his boy. Big up, Badger.
Oregon Gunner, I think I'm underrating your shamelessness, man.
Hey, I didn't put on
I think I've underrated your shamelessness. You are shameless, brother, man.
A little bit. You got to be in this
You are shameless,
world of
brother,
European football, bro. No, hey.
I'm telling you, man.
Listen, Linda. Listen. If they pack the box, bro, with 9 or 10 men, we've listen. Remember when Barcelona came back against PSG and they had to score 4 goals or something at Parc des Princes, and Sergio Roberto put it in there. Miracles have happened. Local Badger has seen miracle happen. Eros has seen miracles happen. Mama Flossie has seen miracles happen. We've seen miracles happen. If David Moyes really cares about Arteta, I mean, really cares about him, then he's going to put 9 men, 10 men in that box for us. And he's going to shut that shit down at the Etihad. And we're going to win on goal differential.
Oregon,
I said it here.
Dow, don't do this. Dow, don't do this to yourself.
Don't do this to myself. Ruin my reputation.
I would just advise that. Oh my God! Don't do this to yourself. You already have a big reputation in this community.
Well, that's good to know.
Don't turn it into a laughing stock.
Good.
Just just allow the season just go away, just like that, sail into the sunset after the season. Don't make a ridiculous statement. Don't allow Digisports latch onto your statement and clip you up, and
I bet Deji was there doing the boys all that shit in his back turned.
Oh man, Deji's shameless, man. Deji's shameless. I see him. He's so happy.
We should get him on a show next week.
Laughing.
He's happy. We should get Deji on a show for a Friday or a show. Let's shout out Deji.
Yeah. Deji should be coming this week, man. If he's coming this week, maybe I'll get you along. Maybe I'll get you along if he's coming this week. But let's see, man. He told me he's coming this week, but to be sincere, he told me he wants to do a show. But to be sincere, I don't want to do a show with him right now.
You heard it, Deji. It's totally not me. I want to do a show.
Bro, it's of no use. Sports mocked us. Bro, they made a public show of us. There's no need doing a show with a Tottenham Hotspur guy.
That's true.
Bro,
sorry,
they made us the laughing stock. They made us the laughing stock. They made Arsenal fans wear sports shirts and go down there to support the sports team.
They did.
Yesterday. Bro, they mocked us up, man, and it's shameful, man. It's shameful. I don't even want to talk to any sports fan right now, man. It's dead right now. Let's just lick our wounds. Let's accept our position in second.
It wouldn't be shameless right now to put on a West Ham scarf. It really wouldn't. Because number one, West Ham are early our rivals, right? Obviously. And number two, we don't want City to win. I mean, I know it sounds dumb, but if Arsenal fans are going to do that, some fans are going to do that on social media. And I would look at that and say, okay, I can get behind that, but I cannot get behind someone putting a Spurs scarf or shirt on. There's no way. Now put on all the West Ham shit you want, man. Put it on. Who cares? Like Eros says, you really know things can happen, but it's not gonna, because that's the thing, and that's the mentality I want at Arsenal, is that it's just full steam ahead. Like Pep's looking at West Ham as just another game that they're gonna do the same tactics, they're gonna have the same type of gameplay.
They're gonna blow West Ham away.
They're not gonna tinker with anything, and they're gonna slam them 5-0. And that's what he's looking for.
They are going to blow them away. You're saying 5-0. I think they might beat them 7-0. I think they might beat West Ham by 7-0. It would be a trouble, and they'll be so angry when playing that game. Yeah, they wanna, bro. It's gonna be a walk in the park. I pity West Ham. I don't want to be West Ham come final day, man. It's gonna be a public show. They're gonna crucify West Ham to the cross, and I hope David Moyes, will have the cojones to sit back on that bench and watch what is gonna go on. Bro, man. See, I've seen the City side, win at the end of the season. This is what they do. They do this for real. So, I'm not going to sit here and say Arsenal have a chance. Bro, we don't have a chance. It's over. Let's start planning for next season. Let's do away with this manager. Let's get in new players. Let's get in a striker. Let's get in Zubimendi in the middle of the park. Let's trade on some other players. Let's bring in Rafael Lau. to some extent, let's see if we can explore and bring in Olise. How about Victor Osimhen? Let's explore even Ivan Tony. How about that? Let's look into that. How about that? Let's look
Right.
into bringing in a decent goalkeeper. Let's look into bringing a reputable defender who will come in and be a kind of like just just a spare guy down there in the middle of our in the heart of our defense. How about that? And then let's get a new manager. How about Zinedine Zidane, a winner, a proven winner who would come in
Yeah.
and win the big titles for Arsenal? How about that? So
I would love that. I would love that. But Zinedine Zidane doesn't want anything to do with Arsenal, bro.
if these things aren't done, then yeah, Dal, I'm back.
Oh, good. Okay.
If see, Dal, yeah, if hello, yeah, Dal, I'm back. If we can't do this,
Okay.
forget about it. If we cannot go into the transfer window, get in a striker, get in one more winger, get in a strong guy in the middle of the park, and getting one extra defender, then I'm sorry, man.
Right.
I'm sorry. This team will
Right.
remain like
And we
this.
do need
It
those
will be
center backs.
nearly. We won't win anything.
Yeah. But with all that investment made, City's going to make investments too. They're talking about having, Lucas Paquetá and, Salvio from Girona join. They're going to reinforce as well. And Kevin De Bruyne's on his last leg or so, maybe 1 year left. But yeah, we have to be strategic though, Tony, in who we get. It's not just taking a punt on someone like we did Havertz and trying to fit him in, a square peg into a round hole. It's strategically buying players that we know can fill the roles, and the drop off from the bench to the first team isn't so bad. I'm all for filling the bench. I'm all for a Zubimendi if that puts, I don't know, Party on the bench. But I think Party's going to go. So it sounds like it's Jorginho.
But again, if
Zubimendi
Zubimendi comes in,
on the bench.
Thomas Partey will have to leave.
Right, because Jorginho
But again,
signed a
if
contract.
Zubimendi comes into this team, then it means Thomas Partey leaves the football club. Are you comfortable with that? Because we've just given Jorginho a new contract. In fact, Jorginho roared, in the contract signing. He roared and said, "I want to win it all with Arsenal." Do you believe him?
Yes, I believe the passion is there from the players. I do. I think he does. I think he wants to win it all.
You
I do believe Jorginho.
Lost
Yeah,
a
he's
little
a nice
bit.
guy. I met him the other day for lunch. No, he's no. I believe Jorginho wants to win. I believe Jorginho wants to win.
He
But
said
I
he wants to
don't
win it
believe
all.
that
He
that's
roared. He said he
good.
wants to win it
Well,
all.
I'm sure he does. That's a great announcement for a fucking social media clip and a picture, right? But I believe him. I'm sure if you sign up for Arsenal, bro, you want to win as a player. I think the want is there, but the ability is not there. Like his legs are done, bro. We just saw it at the end of the season.
It's done.
His legs are done.
It's done.
His
And this
best
is
game
a
was against
player we
Liverpool,
go to be
and
signed.
he got a great win there. And
This
I'll always
Arsenal,
remember
this
his
Arsenal,
game at Liverpool.
no, this Arsenal board is
But the thing is we can
this
find.
Arsenal board is
I've heard we're looking at Youssef Fofana for 35 mil from Monaco. He's a top player, top French player.
it's all Dal, it's all lies. They're not looking for any.
lies,
It's
right.
all lies.
That's the
Now
thing,
you know
it's all
this
probably lies.
football club. It's all lies. It's PR. It's lies. They're
Right.
not looking for anyone. They're not discussing any business.
True.
Even that Ivan Tony stuff. They were not. They never liked Ivan Tony. They were not going for Ivan Tony. It's all lies. We have to get to the summer before these guys will start thinking of any signing.
But they've got to find
gonna shout out your channel and shout out where this people could find you, man. Thanks.
What's up,
Another
everyone in
big
the
and
chat?
great show we've had today, man.
A good show. It was a lot of fun. Big up everyone, every single one of you in the chat. Thanks for supporting me and Tony today. Other than that, find me at Oregon Goat on YouTube. I'm gonna be on Friday with my American Idiot cohort, TJ and Connor.
American Idiot, TJ.
We're probably going to talk about end of season stuff, so that'll be interesting. Other than that, thanks everyone again for joining Tony and I today. Great questions in the chat. Yeah, great show, Tony. I love the content. Let's keep it up.
Let's keep it up. See ya, guys. Yeah, me and Oregon Gunner, 32 episodes strong. Just imagine me and this guy doing 32 episodes. Yeah, but come see ya, guys. Yeah, no other show on my channel has gotten up to 32. Even me and Deji, we got up to 20 something, and we're thinking we did something, man. Bro, the work ethics with this brother with Oregon Gunner is top notch, man. You know, he's always ready to get things done. You know, that he's one of the most amazing persons I've ever worked with. And apart from that, he's a brother to me, man. This guy really helped this channel. Yeah, see, yeah, guys, without this guy, I would have dropped out. You know, doing YouTube. This guy single-handedly kept me doing this YouTube
Yeah,
thing, man. Oregon Junior,
sure.
thank you so much. Even if Arsenal have disappointed us this season, we'll go again next season. You know,
For
let's
sure.
see if this owners have any iota of shame at all. Yeah, let's see if they have any
Yeah,
shame at all to
we'll
go
see.
back
This
to the
summer's
drawing board. You know, rewrite their wrongs, get us a new manager, get us a new striker, get us a new midfielder, get us maybe a
right.
backup defender. See, we've totally forgotten that we have to sell Zichenko, crying Zichenko. We need to get him off this football club.
Got to
We've totally
go.
forgotten
Yeah,
that we
oh, he
need a
has to go.
replacement down there.
He has to go. Yeah,
He,
him and Eddie
he has
have
to
to
go.
go. Yeah,
Of
that's
course,
just
there's no
yeah,
question.
that's just a given.
There's no question.
No
He has
question.
to go. He has to go. You've been very consistent. He has to go. You've been very consistent
Yeah,
with that
that's
Zichenko guy. I don't
yeah.
know, man. For some reason, you
Absolute
don't like that guy. I don't
garbage.
know, but
Hate him.
and trust me, man. Trust me, man. Oregon Gunner is the least guy that hates anyone. Yeah,
That's
trust
right.
me,
I
he's the
really don't. I
least
just
guy that
but
hates
Zinchenko
anyone.
just rubbed me the wrong way. No
If he
diddy.
wants Zichenko to go, that's a
He rubs me
testament.
the wrong
If
way.
he
No
wants
diddy,
Zichenko
bro.
to go,
Just
it has to go. No,
he's a
Didi,
useless
man.
fucking left back.
see, see you
I'm wearing
guys.
a Hammers jersey on
Catch me.
Sunday. Somebody
Catch
ordered me
me.
one from Nike or whatever.
See you guys. Catch me on Friday. Me and Josh True gonna will be down here on Friday.
Nice,
Bring I might bring my friend Bant to the channel
nice.
to
That's the real one.
I missed I've missed Bant a lot, man. You know, so I want to have a show with Bant. You know, and then maybe I might do a watch along. But again, man, I don't want to watch that match, the last match of the season, because
No?
bro, it's useless, man. It's useless.
What if we
It's
draw
useless.
Everton
There's no need
1-1?
doing
Then what
anything.
happens? What if
Bro,
we
we might
draw
even
1-1?
lose that match, bro. The way I'm looking
We
at it, man,
could. We
Arsenal
could.
is a gift that keeps on giving. We could lose
Oh,
that
we
matchup,
could play
you know.
Kitty
So
and all kids.
again,
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Could you imagine if he
Exactly,
plays
exactly,
ESR
man.
that
Again,
game?
it is what
If he
it
starts
is.
ESR in the row, if he starts ESR in the role of Odegaard, I'm gonna shit myself. I swear, Tony. I swear
Oh
down.
my god. Just
Oh my god. Let's get out of here. Thanks,
bro, man.
everyone.
Well, let's get out of here, man. Everyone, thanks, yeah, and big ups to everyone. Thank you, Oregon Gunner, and catch us soon.